What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Playbook Sports Podcast. It is time for Pick Six, where we pick our six favorite spreads, give you guys an alternate in case of injuries or someone missing the game, and then we see who does the best. And folks, for the first time in a long time, we've got a change at the top. Last week was a bad week for my table. Me and Colin, not great. Combined 2 and 10. Both of us went 1 and 5. Ugly week, but I did get my alt and he did not. So Colin will get to spin the wheel this week. We see him next, which is going to be electric. Addison, great week, 5 and 1, unbelievable start, especially because like you were 3 and 0 on the Thursday and Friday game.
Yeah, through Friday I was 3-0.
Yeah, that's how you want to start the week. And then Sage, very respectable 4 and 2. So still in last place, back to under 500. This is me. I'm coming back, though. Don't worry. A lot of time left. A lot of time. Just got to go above 500. I don't care about my place. Just give me above 500, please. In third place, tied for third place, Sage, 44 and 34. 10 over 500 now. Very good. Tied with Sage, Colin, 44 and 34. And Addison, the reigning champ, 45 and 33 after a 5 and 1 week. You are on a tear right now. Your last 4 weeks. Since you went 0 and 6, you are 5 and 1, 4 and 2, 3 and 3, 5 and 1. That's a great run right
That's
now.
hot.
You're red hot.
That's red hot.
You needed it. You hit
I said it
rock
last
bottom.
week. I said it to Colin. I said, I'm coming for that jersey, brother.
You
If
did.
if it's another jersey, I'm getting a 26 Opalt.
Yeah, we're getting an
Top of
Opal
my
2-6
25.
playbook.
And I mean, hey, we'll have to finish strong, but definitely the picks have been treating me well.
They have. You've been red hot. And I'm going to let you kick us off this week
Yes.
for pick 6. What do you got for us? Sage, are you good, man? What's going on? You look bummed out.
Yeah, man, it's just been a rough time right now. I had a big fall at work the other day, and since
Oh,
they let me go,
what?
yeah, I don't know what to do right now. I'm just kind of struggling to make ends meet.
Man, have you called like a lawyer or anybody?
Well, that's the thing. Like, since I lost my job, I don't have any money to even call a lawyer. They charge consultation fees.
I've got some good news for you. You need to give the fine attorneys at Gold Fine and Bowles a phone call, okay? Not only are they the best at what they do, workers' compensation and personal injury attorneys, these guys do not charge you a single dollar for consultation fee. It is completely free to call them, schedule an appointment, and speak with one of their excellent attorneys to get this done. And they will go over everything with you. They will look at every part of your case. They will look at all of the facts, every bit of evidence that you have, and they will take care of you. They will get you every single dollar that you need. And it will cost you nothing just to speak with them and to get an idea. It's unbelievable. It's the best service you could possibly ask for.
Well,
I'd get on the phone with them.
that's amazing. What's the phone number?
So you can call these guys at 309 316 0751. Once again, it's 309 316 0751. They will get you on the books and they will get you in and taken care of. Get a hold of them. If you need any sort of legal help, if you need to speak to an attorney, guys, they're not going to charge you a single dollar to speak with them. That is unbelievable service. Nowhere else does that. They will take great care of you. Gold Fine and Bowles, it is their experience that wins. Thank you guys for sponsoring today's video.
Right on. Well, I will start with America's game of the week flexed into this game. And it's because of one team, and that's the Bears. Bears Packers in Lambeau. My name says that Caleb's 1-0. I'm taking the Bears plus 6.5. Can Caleb go 2-0? Well, he doesn't have to cover 6.5. I do think the spread's a little disrespectful. Obviously, I'm a little biased, but a team that can run the ball against a team that's almost the game plan to stop them is control the clock and run the ball against Green Bay. I like the Bears' chances with the way the run game's looking right now. 6.5 is a lot of points. I took it last week against the Eagles. It treated me well. I'm taking it again this week against Green Bay. Obviously, I want the Bears to come in there and get a victory. That'd be gigantic just for the season.
Huge.
10 wins. That'd be crazy. And getting a victory over Green Bay. But let's just cover 6.5 Chicago. They keep games close either way. Even if they do end up losing, that's why, again, 6.5 to me, little disrespectful. I know Green Bay is a good team. But at this point, I think the Bears have proven they are also a good football team.
Yep.
Moving on, I'm on the Seattle Seahawks minus 7.5 against the boo-boo Atlanta Falcons right now. And things are just not going good for Atlanta. And that's sort of the reason I'm on Seattle. It's a big spread, but guess what? I've been on Seattle. This will be 3 weeks in a row. 2 weeks ago, they let Mima in. This last week, they
Yep.
did not let Mima in. They said, hey, it's
No.
snowing. You can stay outside, Mima, where you belong. Well, this week, I like to think they're going to do that again. Atlanta, it's just like we said, they're falling apart. Go watch our pick six, our Kings and Clowns video, excuse me. We ripped on them, rightfully so. Seattle's offense still was able to put up points, even though JSN was held in check. And I guess maybe that was a question. What happens if he doesn't have his 100 yards pretty much every game?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? They can still score 26 and allow 0. I get their opponent wasn't great, but Seattle minus 7.5, big time offense against a team that it's just falling apart. Now, this one,
Yep.
I legitimately have both teams in an or in the middle because I don't know who to pick, and I'm making it on the fly because my heart says pick Dallas plus 2.5 because,
Uh-huh.
oh, big time offense. They're rolling right now. Defense playing okay enough in Dallas right now. Defensive lines picked it up. Detroit, everything's going opposite. But I'm on Detroit minus 3.5. Screw it. That was my original pick. And then I was like, Dallas, I don't know. But I'm taking the Detroit Lions minus 3.5. I'm not confident in this one, but I
Mm-mm.
think that everybody's looking at this game. Oh, it's Dallas right now. And I think that's
Right.
fair to think. The casual take is Dallas is rolling, their offense is
Yeah.
there. And Detroit, the defense has been bad, and the offense has not been good really since they've
No.
lost Ben Johnson. And it's had really highs, but it's also had some big lows. Will
Mm.
Dan Campbell call a good game? I'm hoping so. Let's get Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery involved as much as possible. I guess a question could be what's up with Amon Ra, but either way, I still think that they have enough weapons all around to keep this game high scoring. And can they just be up by 4? I'm taking Detroit in a game that might bite me.
Yeah.
I took this team last week, and I'm taking them again. Cincinnati Bengals plus
Woo.
5.5 against the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
The Steelers, man, they are up and down. Holy cow, 6-6. And Buffalo took advantage of some bad weather and a run game that was working and just ran away with that one. Well, Cincinnati's offense, I guess, well, I don't know the weather, and that's a big impactor because if the weather's good enough for Joe Burrow to throw, then the Bengals are covering 5.5. Burrow's rejuvenized the offense. You like to think T. Higgins will be back, and even if he's not, they just put up 32 without him. That was off of having a bunch of turnovers from Baltimore, so maybe there's a little bit of extra fluff to that for Cincinnati, but still plus 5.5 against a Bills team that's also been up and down.
Up and down.
And if they don't have a run game going, I mean, there was bad weather, but Josh Allen only threw for 120. Maybe it was because he only needed to. But still, either way, I'm on Cincinnati plus 5.5. Offense is going to score a lot of points. Can the defense make opportune plays? Get one or
Yeah.
two turnovers. You don't need 5, just 1 or 2, and Joe Burrow can do good enough job to keep it close. So I'm on the Cincinnati Bengals plus 5.5.
It's like I had said, not to cut you off,
Oh,
but it's
good.
like I said last week. The Bills were my only winner last week because it's the Bills roller coaster. It's the
Yep.
Josh Allen Express, baby. It goes up, it goes down. They beat the Chiefs. They lose by 20 in Miami. They beat the Bucks. They lose to the Texans in a horrible game. Now they go into Pittsburgh, beat the Steelers, just to fall flat on their face against Cincinnati and Buffalo. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just how they go about their season.
I
It's
could
just up and down, up and down.
100%. 100%. Honestly, we want to talk about the up and downs. I'm taking Pittsburgh plus 5.5.
Yeah,
Ooh,
brother.
little stanky, but Baltimore, um, it's rough right now. I mean, since the winning streak, it's been win loss, win loss, win loss, back and forth. Um, I'm on Pittsburgh here plus 5.5. We said it. Tomlin, Black Magic, up and
Yep.
down. It's been down a couple weeks. Bears, it was down this past week against the Bills. It was down. I thought maybe it was going to show up against the Bills. It did not. Well, I'm on Pittsburgh now. Just keep it close, keep it ugly, keep it an AFC North battle that the Ravens probably win. But can the Pittsburgh Steelers do enough to be within 5.5 points? I like to think so. And I'll be honest, not a lot of confidence with Pittsburgh's offense this last week. No
No.
running game. Rodgers did look like shit, but
Yes.
that's the perfect time to take the Pittsburgh Steelers because Tomlin's gonna have them go 9-8. It's just law at this point. So I'm taking the
Yep.
Steelers plus 5.5.
Do we know
Cover, please.
Rodgers or Rudolph?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm riding either way. They're both stinky though. They're both stinky though. Which is gross.
Yeah.
Now this one is just me being stupid and a little bit homery for my second team. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs -3.5. Ooh, scary. Texans defense is humming right now. I mean, second best defensive football behind Denver.
Yeah.
And Nate, you said it. If the Chiefs tackles are out, watch out. Patrick Mahomes is going
Yeah.
to be running for your life. But guess what? Sometimes that benefits the Chiefs when you're using your legs. If you can avoid the sacks, avoid turnover worthy plays, I like the Chiefs. I'll say this: Houston won the game where I felt like the Colts didn't really play great
No, they
or
did not.
capitalize on opportunities. And Kansas City, I get it. They're 6-6. Again, we said it when they played the Colts, a really desperate team. This is still a really desperate team that Rushy Rice, count us out if y'all want. Laughing emoji on Twitter. Y'all better win because
Better
they're
win.
going to be counting you out the moment you lose your next game, and it'll be loud. And I mean, it's just Twitter, it's just social media response, but still, it's like you say something like that, got to back it up. Well, I'm
Yes.
buying into the backup. Kansas City -3.5. Mahomes, get it done. Just keep it probably close all game, but late touchdown up 4. Come on.
Come on.
Now this one as well. I have or for this because I couldn't pick between this one being my all or my last one, but I'm going with the gut. I'm taking the Rams -8.5 against Arizona. In Arizona, big spread. This Rams team coming off an ugly game against Carolina, multiple turnovers, 3 for Stafford. We've already touched on that. Nate, in the words of you, the wise words, they're going to be pissed. They're going to
You're
be
gonna be
playing
so
some
mad.
mad football against Arizona. I guess the question is how mad, because Jacoby Brissett's been throwing for 300 yards against everybody plus
Yeah.
300. So that scares me for the 8.5. Is Arizona to move the ball and score points to keep it close? They did against Tampa Bay, and we'll see if they do it against the Rams. But I'm on the Rams -8.5 with an alternate of the Los Angeles Chargers. That was the two Los Angeles teams were tugging at my heartstrings, and I'm taking the Chargers +2.5 for my
Wait,
alt.
so you're taking the alt, you're taking the Chargers over the
Yeah.
Rams?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
taking the Rams as my pick, Chargers as the alt.
So you've got 7 picks. I've got Chicago, Seattle, Detroit, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Kansas City.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do have 7. Okay, I'll take the Rams as the alt then. I'll take the
Rams are
Rams
the
as
alt.
the alt.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah,
he's
yeah, yeah.
putting in 7 this week. He feels
Yeah,
that
we're
good.
putting in
Hey, I
another
mean,
one.
nah, because that could be the pick that screws me
Yeah,
That
if we
could.
go
Yeah.
extra.
And
I
you just
know.
roll with the 6. Okay, so Rams is the alt, and then the
Yeah,
original 6 you said are the
yeah,
6.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
right on. I like it. So Bears +6.5, Seattle -7.5, Detroit -3.5, Cincy +5.5, Pittsburgh +5.5, Kansas City -3.5, and then the Rams -8.5.
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, I like it. I like it because I'm in last place and you're in first place. We've got a lot of similarities, my friend.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna start us out. I can't pick a Thursday game, but I'm going to keep trying. Detroit -3.5.
No. I'm 0-1.
So my
0-1,
thing
Obi.
is, why? Why are the Lions minus? Why are the Lions favored here? The Cowboys just beat the Super Bowl champions and the Super Bowl runner-ups in back-to-back weeks in 4 days. The Cowboys have been red hot. Their defense is awesome. The Lions have not been good recently. They cannot it took them to overtime to beat the Giants, and they just got beat by the Packers, who the Cowboys when they were playing bad football at least tied.
Yeah.
I think this is a Cowboys are the better team. Why is Detroit favored right now with how these teams are playing football, in my opinion? So I'm going to go with Vegas and say, okay, I like the Lions here. I'm going to take the Lions -3.5 points. And
That's a
I
lot
was,
of football games in that amount of days for the Cowboys. You know, it's 3 games in 12 days or 11
yeah,
days or whatever that is.
it is nice that this is the one Thursday game this year where both teams are on equal rest. So no one gets an
Yeah.
advantage because they
Yeah.
both played Thursday. So I like that. It's going to be a good game, I think. But I'm going to take Detroit because I believe in the Vegas. Why are they the favorites here? But also because I did not want to do that to Colin and take Dallas +2.5. That would have been mean. That would have been mean. So I'm not
You
going to do
should
that
have.
to
You
him.
should have. I wrote 0-1, by the way, on my picks already.
Yeah, we're both 0-1. It's going to be great. That's how we start. Next up, I agree with you again. Seattle -7.5 against Atlanta, man. I mean, Seattle's just a way better football team. Atlanta just lost to the Jets. Do I have to say anything else? Your
Sort
big
of
issue,
collapsed as well, really. The
yeah,
Jets.
ugly
Yeah.
loss. Up by 7 late just to lose by 3. Seattle's issue is Darnold in bad weather and also Darnold whenever you can get pressure from the interior of your defensive line. Atlanta doesn't have the defensive line to do that from the interior. They also play in a dome. It's going to be fine weather for Sam Darnold and this offense to cook. So I like Seattle to win this game in a rout. I like them to crush them. This one's stinky. This one's an NFC South stinker.
Mm.
I don't think the Bucks should be 8.5 point favorites over anyone right now. Give me the Saints plus 8.5 points against Tampa Bay. I don't think the Bucks deserve to be that many point favorites right now. I just don't. I don't see it from the offense anymore. I don't see it from the defense. I've just not been very impressed by what Tampa Bay has done. Saints at least keep games close. They don't get blown out. It's a divisional game. These teams do not like each other. I think the Saints keep this one within a score. I don't think that they win. I think the Bucks squeak out a win, which is all the Bucks do, by the way, is win close. So give me the Saints to go into Tampa Bay and keep this one tight.
Nate saw that Dolphins Saints game and said, "Well, Saints almost came back. Let me pick
Saints
them."
might be for real. Saints might be a legit team now. I don't know. That's just what people are saying. I'm going to agree with you once more here. I'm going to take Pittsburgh at Baltimore plus 5.5 points. I like Pittsburgh
I
in
thought
this
I'd be
spot.
alone on that. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like the line. I like the 5.5 points. I hate to say it, Sage. Steelers play the Ravens well in the regular season.
They do.
Yeah. You know, they've won like 4 of the last 5 regular season matchups here. They play them tight. I don't think the Steelers win. I think the Ravens win this football game. But I do think Pittsburgh covers the 5.5, and it comes down to a field goal. And Ravens hopefully hit it because I want the Ravens to win because of other reasons. But I think Pittsburgh's in trouble. I'm sick of listening to Aaron Rodgers complain about his wide receivers and his tight ends and everyone else being the problem. I've had enough, man. I've had enough of it. But I'm going to take them to cover the 5.5 points here. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers. Chicago Bears plus 6.5. That line is disrespectful. That is a terrible line. This should be a 3.5 point spread. That's what I think. This should be a Green Bay minus 3.5 at home because you think, okay, maybe Green Bay is a half point better on a neutral field. And then you give them 3 for being home. 6.5 points? For what? Why? Because they looked good against Detroit? I'll raise you 1. The Bears looked good against Philadelphia. Consider yourself upped. The Bears just went into Philadelphia and won that game handily. Didn't the Packers lose to Philly earlier this year? And you're going to give me plus 6.5 points for the Bears who keep games close, except for one time in week 2.
Yeah.
One game they didn't keep it close. And
That Detroit definitely had circled, by the way. They
yes,
definitely had that
100% that was a revenge game against Ben Johnson. 100%. Give me the Bears plus the 6.5 points at Green Bay. I think that's a crazy line. The Bears have a formula that works regardless of the weather. Run the football and play good defense. That carries over. That will work anywhere. Jordan Love's going to have to play in bad weather. Yeah, he looked great in Detroit in a dome. Congratulations, brother. Lambeau's cold. It's going to be a cold game. Give me the Bears plus 6.5 points. And I'm going to wrap it up with another kind of stinky one here. But again, I just think this team is flat out better. Cleveland at home minus 3.5 points against Tennessee. That's a joke. That is a joke. Tennessee is horrible. Tennessee is the worst team in the league, and it's not particularly close. Cleveland's defense is actually really good. Myles Garrett's going for the sack record. Cam Ward, get ready to run for your life, buddy, because neither of your tackles can block Myles Garrett, who's going to feast on your offensive line all day long. Cleveland just to win by 4 points. Just run the ball, Cleveland. It's really simple. Just give the ball to Quinshon Judkins and Dylan Sampson. Don't let Shedeur throw it more than 15 times. You win this game. You win this game by a touchdown because Tennessee is just that bad. They are just that bad. And then my alternate, I'm going against you with this one, Addison. Houston plus 3.5 points. Houston's one of the hottest teams right now. That defense is absolutely rolling. Josh Simmons probably done for the season. Dislocated and broke his wrist. Not great. Yeah. Jawan Taylor's also hurt. So you're missing your right tackle and your left tackle. And you're going against Danielle Hunter with 11.5 sacks and Will Anderson Jr. with 10.5 sacks. Uh-oh. And you don't have much of a run game to speak of either. So you're not going to keep them honest. How are you going to keep the defensive line honest and control their run, like stay run sound when you don't have a running game to speak of and you're just going to try and throw the ball? Mahomes' biggest struggles have been against teams that could get pressure with 4. Look at all of the Super Bowls he has lost, the 2 that he has lost. It was against defenses that could get home by only rushing 4 guys. Houston can only rush 4 guys, and they're going to get home plenty, which is why, and I love that 3.5 hook, by the way.
Yeah, the 3.5 is
love that hook. I am keeping it as my alternate. I thought about making it a play, but I'm going to take Houston there. So mine are Detroit minus 3.5 on Thursday. Sorry, Addison. Seattle minus 7.5, New Orleans plus 8.5, Pittsburgh plus 5.5, Cleveland minus 3.5, Chicago plus 6.5, and then Houston plus 3.5 as my alternate.
Yeah, I actually erased Casey and then shoved him back in last minute. That's why I had 7, was because my love for the Chiefs is just too strong.
I
Sounds like
get
it's a
it.
legacy game for Patrick
He
Mahomes. Come
needs
on now,
it.
Pat. Come on.
He needs it. Sage, bring us home.
All right, guys. I'm going to start off 4 straight underdogs.
Ooh.
Okay.
First one right here. I'm also going to roll with the Bengals at the Bills this week, plus 5.5. Like you said, if the weather's all right and he's got his 2 top targets back, I think Joe Burrow's going to sling it. I
Hmm.
don't know if Josh Allen can keep up right now. You know, they have a lack of weapons, and it's
Yes.
concerning. It's concerning when you're like healthy scratching your early second round pick from 2 years ago,
Mm.
in favor of what? Who did they just bring in? Brandon Cooks.
Brandon
Yeah, I
Cooks.
would say guys off the street immediately getting in.
And him getting left at home.
So that doesn't give me a lot of confidence. Obviously, I think James Cook is going to eat in this game, but I don't think it's going to be a huge Josh Allen game because their weapons just aren't what they need a guy. You know,
Yeah.
they need a guy. I don't care if you
Yes.
trade the whole room for a guy and some bums.
Yeah.
They need a guy.
Yes.
Second, I'm also rolling. It looks disrespectful. Bears at Packers.
It is.
And a half. I mean, we just watched them march in and take care of business against the Eagles. They look
Yep.
right, and they know this game means more than that game.
Yes.
You know, this game is not only like for the season, for the Bears' legacy. You know, they need to say, "Hey, we can do this now. We can go into Lambeau, right? And here's your chance. You know, show it to me. Even if they don't win, I think they keep it close as they have all season."
Yes.
Um, I'm going directly against both of you. And
Ooh.
third pick, Dallas plus.
Smart man.
We doing 2.5 here?
2.5.
Yeah. Dallas plus 2.5 against the Lions. And the reason I'm doing this is because of the matchups right now, right? So Dallas has these 2 great all-star wide receivers, you know, CD Lamb, George Pickens. Lions don't have a secondary, you know?
No.
Mm.
All of a sudden, Dallas can stop the run. That's the only thing the Lions can rely on right now with Amon-Ra and Sam Laporta out. Is Jameson Williams going to take off the top on the weakest point of your defense, which is going to be that secondary for Dallas? No, you're going to have to rely on that running game, which is the only thing Dallas can stop. You know,
Yeah.
so when I put those 2 things together, I think Dallas can go in there, take care of business, and win against 3 of the top teams in the NFL
Yeah.
preseason in what, 10 days?
Yeah. In 10 days.
Yeah. So give me
Crazy.
Dallas
Or 13
right
days,
there,
however many.
plus 3.5. Um, I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Ooh.
Plus 8.5 against the Rams. The reason I do this is exactly what you said, Addison. Jacoby Brissett, Mr. Jake Brisket,
Jake.
cannot stop throwing 300-yard game.
Can't, man. He
You
can't.
You
know,
can.
can't stop. It's in his bones. You know, and even last week there was the spread was like what 7.5 or something at some point during
Hmm.
the Bucks game, and I was like, oh no way the Bucks let them back in it. I threw some cash on it. All of a sudden, Trey McBride goes for a touchdown. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? They just like they're not scoring all game, but in the last quarter, they somehow just turn it on because they just say, hey, fuck it, let's run. Or
Yeah. Let's go.
not let's run, let's sling it, you know?
Hmm.
And they're doing it, and his wide receivers are open. Michael Wilson looks like a dude.
Yeah.
Give me the cards right there. It's a lot of points. I don't think they'll win, but I think they'll keep it close at the end, cut it down to a little less than a tutty.
Okay. Like it.
5. Here's where I have my favorites. One, I'm gonna roll with you guys. Seattle minus 7.5 against the Booty Falcons, those dirty
Yep.
birds. For all the reasons you guys have already mentioned, I won't spend too much time on it, but I think this can be a great get right game for Sam Darnold and JSN, who only had like 30 yards last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they get it together because they're about to face some better competition later on. So hopefully they just figure it out against the Falcons, get your defense right, you know, keep the train rolling, and let's move on. You know, just take care of business. And my 6th pick, Ford Nate, Miami minus 2.5 against
Love
the
it.
defense. Hey, we watched Tyrod Taylor have a great game last week. Great game in Tyrod Taylor's sense, you know.
Yeah. For Tyrod Taylor.
But I think Miami, they're on a roll right now. They're on how many game win streak right now?
3, 4 of 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5 right now, which is impressive. And
Thank you.
the Jets somehow they might break the record for they've already broken the record for not having a pick this late in the season. They only have 2 turnovers the entire season, and one was a
That's
fumble
crazy.
that they didn't even cause. Just the punter dropped it or the returner man dropped it. So they only have two fumbles basically all year, right? Miami, I mean, I don't think Tua Tagovailoa is going to be the one to break that streak because the
I
Jets
hope not.
got awful. At this
Yeah,
point, I'm rooting for the Jets to not get a pick all year. I think that'd be hilarious.
that would be crazy.
Very Jets like.
Yeah.
Especially trading away Sauce Gardner. You deserve it.
Yep.
So give me
Agreed.
Miami right here against the moribund New York Jets, who I don't think will be able to score against this Miami defense that's kind of stepped up. Zach
They
Sealy.
played a lot better recently. Haven't allowed more than 17, really was the most in the last month. We haven't allowed more than 20 points since October. So
Yeah, loving that. And then give me Philadelphia -3.5 at the Chargers. I just think Philly's defensive line is going to feast against this Chargers offensive line. Unfortunately, they're just hurt. They're just so hurt right now.
yeah,
It sucks, and we don't know how limited Herbert's going to be because he's coming out of surgery apparently.
literally had surgery.
So how many hits is it going to take to either re-injure? Is he
Mm,
limited? Last week it looks like he was wearing an oven mitt on his hands while he was.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Philly kind of takes care of business right here. Hopefully, it's a get right game just because of how good their defense can be against this offensive line. And the Chargers defense isn't anything to sneeze at. Uh,
No.
y'all just need to get right. You just need to learn how to run the ball consistently. Use that play action pass. Get AJ Brown the ball. You see what happens when you do. He accounted for half your yards last week.
Yeah.
Make sure you get him the ball.
Yeah. I agree.
But
I
yeah,
like that one a lot. I thought about taking Philly there because, like you said, like the Chargers offensive line, it was really funny. I was watching, I don't remember which game it was. It was recent where like you get the player and their PFF grade and their ranking, like their ranking of the tackles.
yeah,
4 of their 5 starters were the worst graded at their position. And one of them was like third worst at their position. And those were their 5 offensive linemen. They were all horrible. And then still no Alt, no Slater. You've got injured Herbert. Maybe Omarion Hampton comes back, but you've got to think that they're going to key on the run, stop the run, make Herbert with a bad hand make the plays. And yeah, he's coming out of surgery. I know it was his non-throwing hand, but still, man, that's a scary thing.
Yeah.
Coming
Yeah.
out of the surgery right now, and then a week later playing a football game against Philadelphia. I don't love that. I don't
And you
love
think, like,
that.
because it's your hand, like it's not going to limit mobility, but also he's not going to be running outside the pocket, putting his hand in harm's way.
No,
Had surgery on it,
no way.
Even if he
No way.
wants to, I feel like Harbaugh is going to be like, dude, fuck, take it easy.
Yeah, please relax. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I like that. So, Sage, to recap yours, we've got Cincinnati +5.5, Bears -6.5, Dallas +2.5, Bears +6.5, Bears +6.5, Dallas +2.5, Arizona +8.5, Seattle -7.5, Miami -2.5, and Philly -3.5 as the alternate. I like the Miami pick, by the way. I'm just not going to take my team as a favorite because that's a recipe for sadness. So I'm
Yeah.
going to stay away from that one. Be smart. But I do like that pick. I think our defense has come along really nicely recently, and they're playing a lot better ball. The rookies on the defensive line have really stepped up too. So you slow down the Jets' running game, and then you tell Tyrod Taylor to beat you, and he's just probably not going to.
Yeah.
He's just probably not going to.
Yeah.
Games we didn't talk about. Thankfully, you touched on 2 of them in the Miami game and the Philadelphia Chargers game because none of us have picked those ones yet. But Denver versus the Raiders. Now, obviously, Colin might pick these, so they may be in the video with Colin's picks when he sends those to us. But from here right now, games we haven't talked about: Denver at Vegas -7.5 points. I just watched Denver have to beat Washington on a failed 2-point conversion, where he was hoping if Nick Bonito doesn't get up and knock that down, that's game. You lose. Like you just lost to Washington and Marcus Mariota. So they were blessed to get away from that. 7.5 points at a division rival. I know the Raiders are terrible, but too many points for me. Too many points for me.
Yeah.
Can't get
Yeah,
by.
I mean they should take care of business, but like you said, sour taste in the mouth after blowing the cover against Washington as well. Have multiple opportunities to cover in that OT as well, get off the
Yes.
field. Instead, multiple 4th down plays made, and like you said, I mean, a Nick Bonito tip away from an L. So
Yeah, from losing to Washington.
the Raiders do suck though.
Raiders
and
are
they're gonna
bad,
do
bad,
nothing
bad, bad.
against the Broncos.
Yeah, they're terrible. Broncos win, but maybe it's closer than we all think.
Yeah.
The other two games, one of them's a garbage matchup, and the other one's one of the games of the week. Washington versus Minnesota, Minnesota -1.5. Again, we have to record this early in the week because of scheduling. So I don't know who's playing quarterback for Minnesota.
I think it is going to be JJ. I think I saw that.
I got to be honest, I don't think it matters. I mean,
Yeah.
him and Brosmer both just had two of the worst games of the season by a quarterback. They're in trouble. They're in serious trouble. So I like neither of them, and I'm not going to take a team in
Stay
that.
away from that. Yeah.
Yeah, just avoiding that one with everything I got. And then Indy Jags. I mean, this game's for the AFC South leader. It's Indy -1.5 on the road. Indy struggles in Jacksonville, man. They really have struggled there. Even when Jacksonville was terrible, they've struggled there. So that one makes me nervous. I don't know what Colts team I'm gonna get, you know?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that one as well. It's almost the exact same for me as Washington, Minnesota, but for the opposite reasons. Like both Washington, Minnesota, ugly, bad. We don't know what we're gonna get. Colts and Jags as well. What are we gonna get? Both these teams are good. Jags have looked iffy earlier, like about a month ago. They looked iffy for a couple weeks. Colts
Yep.
are looking iffy now. It's just way too close of a spread in a game that's gonna be a dogfight. I was like 1.5 points. I'm out on that. I'm out on that.
Yep. Miss me with that line. I'm not
Yeah.
doing anything with that. Because at that point, you're picking the winner, and I don't know who wins this game.
No, exactly. Exactly.
It's going to be a good game. I'm excited to watch it. Hopefully, if the Colts commit to running the ball with Jonathan Taylor, they win the game.
Yeah.
If they just say he's going to touch it 30 times, even if he's averaging 4 yards a carry, he's going to touch the ball 30 times. I think the Colts win. I think they win by 7. But if they're like, well, we got to throw the ball, and then you start getting yourself into trouble.
Yeah.
So, alrighty, that's what we've got for you guys for Pick Six this week. Check back in next week after I have the first 6-0, or no, not the first, but the third 6-0 week in podcast history. It's coming this week, which means Addison's gonna have a good week too, because we got a lot of the same picks. It's gonna be a big week for the show. We'll have Colin's picks added here at the end for you all, so we can continue to keep track of things, and we'll see about getting out his locks to you guys later this week as well, so you can continue to make money on those because they just win, win, and win. That's all we've got for you guys. We'll see you all next week.
Peace.